Okay, a lot of you were really interested in hearing more about how I was able to have 3 babies and actually 5 pregnancies while having PCOS. Go back and watch this video if you want to hear more about how I was diagnosed with PCOS. But after I was diagnosed with PCOS, we left Okinawa. We were in Virginia. And at this point, it had been over a year of basically trying to figure out what was going on and ultimately trying to get pregnant. But I think I had only had 2 cycles, so it was just basically impossible. The first gynecologist I went to when we had moved to Virginia basically said, "You're 22, you need to just chill." And basically refused to help me and just said, "Come back after I've been trying for another year." And that was a really traumatic, poor experience. I felt like I wasn't getting the care that I needed because I was so young and people just thought I shouldn't be having a baby yet. I was able to see another gynecologist who basically said, "Hey, you know what? You're young. Let's try inducing your period every month for 3 months straight and see if that helps you ovulate." I did not like that plan, but at the time I really didn't have another option. So we did it. And guess what? It did make me ovulate. After that, she said I should go back on birth control for another 6 months and see if that helps straighten me out. And after that, I was really upset. It had been about 18 months and it was affecting my everyday life. I was so upset and I didn't know what to do. I'd been married for over 3 years at that point and I just wanted to have a baby. So throughout this process, my husband also had to go to a couple different doctor's appointments just to rule a couple of things out. And it was actually his doctor who referred me to see a reproductive endocrinologist. Tell me why a man walks into a doctor's office with one complaint about how his wife is so upset that you can't have a baby and he walks out with a referral for me. But I go to 3 different doctors and I can't get one. So I finally got my referral to the reproductive endocrinologist on base and she was fantastic. I remember her to this day and I love her so much. And she basically looked at me and was like, "No, you need Clomid. Like, you have PCOS. You've been trying for as long as you've been trying. I cannot believe no one has even offered you Clomid." So I started on Clomid and after 3 months, I got pregnant with my daughter. And that pregnancy was perfect. It was uneventful. It was boring. And I had a beautiful 8-pound, 10-ounce baby girl. I had heard that sometimes after you have a baby, your body like snaps back into gear. No, was not the case. Still had PCOS, still wasn't ovulating. And when my daughter was about 14 months old, I got pregnant again, spontaneously with no medication. And we were shocked and over the moon. I never thought that that was going to be my story. And I was so excited. And then at about 6 weeks, I started bleeding. I went to the hospital and I had a miscarriage. We were really upset about it, but we realized that we were ready to have another baby. We tried for a couple of months, but it wasn't working. So I went to go see a gynecologist here in LA and she gave me Clomid again. And I got pregnant on the first try. We were amazed. We were so happy. We announced it to our families when I was 8 weeks. We heard a heartbeat. And then there was a lot of buildup on that second pregnancy. One of those things being a positive NIPT test. If you want to hear that whole story, I can tell you. But after we got those results, I went to the doctor the next day for my 12-week checkup. Kevin had just started working at the fire station, so he was not able to join me and go to part 2. Sorry.